Hey guys, what is up? It's Legion of Gaming here, and we're back today with another episode of our Mass Effect Legendary Edition playthrough on Insanity difficulty. In the last episode, we completed Tally's recruitment mission, and now we are getting ready to awaken the Krogan we found back on Corliss when we were trying to recruit Warlord Okeer. Now, if you want, you could have woken the Krogan up at any point in time before this as well. You just want to make sure that you're, I think as long as you're like above this little second line here, that usually you can pass the speech check. So like if you want, you can go ahead and put your fourth point into operative to just make sure that you're way good, but we're already well past the area that we need to be for it, so we're just going to go ahead and wake him on
Subject
up.
is stable, Shepard. Integration with onboard systems was seamless.
So you can go and ask, is he aware, is he dangerous, detected anything odd, but it's going to be completely stable until you open the tank, obviously, because he's in, like, stasis, basically, like, hypersleep whenever they're taking, like, long voyages and stuff like that.
Stand by. I'm gonna open the tank and let him out.
Cerberus protocol is very clear regarding untested alien technology.
I do what I want.
He's either a powerful addition to the crew or a time bomb. I'd rather deal with it now.
Very well, Shepard. The controls are online. The switch and consequences are yours.
Human, male. Before you die, I need a name.
He'll get more than that.
I'm Commander Shepard, and I don't take threats lightly. I suggest you relax.
Not your name. Mine. I'm trained. I know things. But the tank, Okeer couldn't implant connection. His words are hollow. Warlord, legacy, Grunt. Grunt was among the last. It has no meaning. It'll do. I am Grunt. If you are worthy of your command, prove your strength and try to destroy me.
Why Grunt?
You wouldn't prefer Okeer? Or Legacy?
It's short. Matches the training in my blood. The other words are big things I don't feel. Maybe they fit your mouth better. I feel nothing for Okeer's clan or his enemies. I'll do what I'm bred to do. Fight and determine the strongest. But his imprint has failed. Without a reason that's mine, one fight is as good as any other. Might as well start with you.
Join my crew and we'll find it.
I have a good ship and a strong crew. A strong clan. You'd make it stronger.
If you're weak and choose weak enemies, I'll have to kill you.
Our enemies are worthy. No doubt about that.
That's acceptable. I'll fight for you.
I'm glad you saw reason.
Offer one hand, but arm the other. Wise Shepard. If I find a clan, if I find what I want, I will be honored to eventually pit them against you.
So the first time that you wake Grunt up, he won't have any dialogue or anything to say like that, much like some of the other crew members, where sometimes they'll have to say, other times they won't. So for right now, we are going to go ahead and talk to Jack down here, as well as Tally, since we are right here. What's up, Tally?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
I want to talk about you.
Have you got time to talk?
As you can tell, Tally definitely still does not trust Cerberus.
Didn't really have time to chat while taking out Gath on Haystrom, did we? I can't believe so many people died. Thank you again for getting Rieger out alive. All for data about stars blowing up. I hope the Admiralty Board gets some use out of it.
How is Rieger?
Have you heard any word about Cal Rieger? Did he survive his injuries?
He sent me a message. It looks like he'll make a full recovery. Anytime you get a suit puncture, it's a matter of luck. Rieger got out with a relatively minor infection.
How are you doing?
Having any trouble settling back in on the Normandy?
I like the quiet. I miss the old faces, though. Presley, Engineer Adams, all of them. It doesn't seem right having Cerberus in charge of this ship. Are you sure working for them is the right thing to do?
So, you can ask in case you forgot what she mentioned earlier where Cerberus tried to blow the fleet up and stuff like that, and she'll have that same little dialogue for you there. And then, you can always say, well, don't worry, Tally, I'm the one who's in charge. But I always just say, I don't trust them either. But they're the only ones, willing to do anything about the collectors, which is why we're working with them.
I fully expect them to betray us at some point, and we'll be ready.
I'm glad to hear that, Shepard. Just let me know how I can help. For now, I should get back to work. Thanks for coming by.
Nice little 2 Paragon boost there. Then, come on down to the deep dark basement here, where our troubled young, emotional teenager is lurking below. What you doing, Jack?
I got thoughts like little bugs crawling in and out of my head. I can't stop them. You know I have a history with Cerberus. You know how far back it goes?
I'm listening.
I'll listen to anything you have to say, Jack.
Your pal, the elusive man? Never seen him before, but Cerberus raised me. First thing I remember is my cell door in a Cerberus base. They did experiments, drugged me, tortured me. Whatever chance I had to be normal, they stole it by trying to turn me into some superbiotic. The doctors, the other kids, every one of them hated me. They let me suffer.
So we'll go ahead and investigate a little bit on this one, because I think, for me personally, everybody has the staple characters that they like. Obviously, Garrus is a big one, Grunt's a big one, but to me, Jack and Thane is also probably another one of the common fan favorites, and I think they just did a good job of kind of fleshing out everybody's individual stories in this one, and making sure that you care about these characters, even though obviously they kind of threw everybody who was in the first game away from you, right? Except for Garrus, obviously. But I just always thought that it was kind of cool that they put effort into each of the backstories and making it at least semi-compelling. But what's the justification for the torture, Jack?
What did they hope to gain by torturing a little girl?
It was something about pain breaking down mental barriers and how it might clear the way for a more biotic power. I'm sure there was a payoff due at some point, but I wasn't going to see it. I was wired up in a cell.
Now, if you guys remember, Caden used to talk about how at Jump Zero they brought in Turian to kind of do some, not necessarily the same kind of things as that, but they brought in, military experts to go and push the biotics extra hard in their training, so that way they could try to go and become more powerful. What about the other kids, Jack?
There were other children in the base?
I didn't know much about them. I was kept separate. They hated me just like everyone else there. When I broke out, I had to fight through them all. I showed them, but there's a loose end I need to deal with.
How did you escape?
How did you get out of there?
There was some kind of emergency, and I made a break for it. The other kids came out of their cells and attacked me. So did the guards. I just killed everything in my way and ran. Guess my biotics had developed faster than they thought. I managed to get a shuttle off the ground. Drifted until a freighter picked me up. The crew used me, then sold me. That's my uplifting escape story.
You're sure it was Cerberus?
You're absolutely certain that Cerberus was running the facility?
I was a kid, but I wasn't dumb. I know how to listen. It was Cerberus. Don't care how far down the chain it was. They thought they were so clever. Turns out, mess with someone's head enough and you can turn a scared kid into an all-powerful bitch. Fucking idiots.
Insightful as always, Jack. Insightful as always. And then, you know, you can obviously say, I'll confront them and say Cerberus is different now, is like the renegade option. But to me, like, how could you go and listen to that and be like, nah, we condone this, y'all. We condone these things.
I'm gonna talk
Like-
to the elusive man, and he'd better have some answers.
He'll just deny everything. That's not what I'm after anyway. I found the coordinates in your files. I want to go to the Telton facility on Pragia where they tortured and drugged me. I want to go to the center of the place, my cell. I want to deploy a big fucking bomb, and I want to watch from orbit when it goes.
Destroy a Cerberus base?
Attacking our allies is gonna derail our mission. Not a smart move.
The files say it was shut down after my escape. It's been abandoned for years. They going to care if I blow up a garbage dump?
Why now?
You've lived with this your whole life. Why do this now?
Like I said, I found the coordinates in your files. You can't expect me to just sit on information like that.
Let's do this.
I'll set a course for Pragia.
I owe you, Shepard.
Now, something I'm not sure if I mentioned before or not, and I told you guys all about, if you ever see somebody's name here, that means that they're ready to give you their loyalty mission. But once you go and receive the person's loyalty mission, if you ever like go back to talk to them, it just kind of repeats. Like, you're not going to get any additional dialogue or any extra information about them. They're just going to continue to ask that you go and complete their loyalty mission, so you got to make sure that you do those at some point. We're obviously holding off on Zaid's. We're also going to be holding off on Jax for now, but we will also go see Morden real quick. And then if of course you didn't like look at your menu or anything like that, like I said in the first episode, you can always talk to Kelly and she will tell you, hey, this person wants to talk to you, if you just go in there and select the tell me about the crew and how they're doing option of the dialogue there. What's up, Morden?
Shepard, important news. No, you're busy. Have to deal with the collectors. Planning attack. Too important to wait. Just receiving data. Still processing, analyzing likely scenarios. Not sure how to begin. Too much intel. You remember our talk? My work on genophage modification?
I always think it's so interesting watching Morden because Morden is obviously very intelligent, right? But whenever he goes and gets like triggered or whenever he gets upset, it's like he just talks even faster than he already does. Yes, I remember your work on the genophage, Morden.
You stopped the Krogan adaptation to the genophage.
Part of a team. Scientists, all different types. Blood Pack mercenaries captured former team member. Malin, last seen on Tuchanka, might torture him, make an example. Recovering Malin would be a personal favor to me.
They know what you did?
Do you think they found out your team updated the genophage?
Unclear. No way to determine until we get to Tuchanka.
I'll do what I can, Morden.
We'll go to Tuchanka and see if we can find your team member.
Appreciate it. My assistant, my student, want to see him safe. Malin last seen outside Erdnot territory. Scouts might have seen Bloodpack. Talk to them or clan chief.
And then, you know, we already did all the upgrades we could before the last one. And let's see. We got some money, so I think we will go ahead and,
Commander, you've
before
received a
we
new
do
message at your private terminal.
our next mission, I am going to go to Ilium and see if we can get some more upgrades, because I think we had another health one and a metagel one. And if we do the health one, then we'll get increased melee damage. Also, when you awaken the Krogan, the Elusive Man sends you this little email. But you guys can go ahead and read it. I'll leave it on the screen for a sec if you want to pause it. Then this is Elizabeth Bainham saying that they appreciate everything that we did to help them get the Zeus Hope colony there taken care of. This is just the Migrant fleet approving Tally's transfer there. And then, let's see. Yeah, then this is one of the Solarians that we saved at Dantius Towers. And again, I'll kind of slowly scroll through it in case you guys want to pause and read or anything like that. Alright. And like I said, now we are going to stop real quick by Ilium. Could also stop back by Omega as well, but I'll probably do that off camera and let you guys know if I find anything there, but I just know that we have more stuff we can get on Ilium for sure, so... let's take Grunt and Thane, because why not? As you can see, Grunt is basically just like Garrus without overload, basically. Let's see. We'll give him more health regeneration there. We'll go ahead and max out his concussive shot and do heavy, and then we'll give him 1 point in incendiary ammo. Here for Thane, he's actually pretty decent. We'll do the extra weapons damage for him. And then we'll just go on over here and put points into warp for him. And then the shredder ammo and the armor piercing ammo that Garrus has is basically the exact same thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then make sure once you get the Tempest that you go and are changing back to the Locust if you want to use the Locust. Because otherwise you're gonna start your mission and be like, wait, why do I have this submachine gun?
The council thought
But
the blast of the first NR Spectre would play by the rules.
This one has forgotten whether its heat sink is
so just go on back over here in case you guys aren't remembering where it's all at.
I spent the last 2 years here. I had a purpose, a goal. Now that I've accomplished it, something occurs to me. In all that time, I never looked at the horizon. It is spectacular.
Always appreciate the little things, right, Thane?
Do you have anything flashier?
So here you go, we have the biotic damage upgrade if we want to get it, as well as the metagel capacity. I think if I'm gonna pick either of those, I'm probably gonna do the biotic damage, but I want to go down here to that weapons merchant and make sure that they don't have anything else for us. I don't think they do.
Listen, I know the data is vital to
Also,
the
you can come
family.
talk to this guy and get some more Paragon.
What is it? I'm in the middle of an important call.
Because we found that data pad on the little level where the Merc was, that you can either push out the window or you can, you know, just kind of be like, tell me what I want to know. But I found your data.
I overheard you talking. Is this the data you're looking for?
The Corrosa Generational Archive. You found it. Thank you. My whole family has been worried. That data is irreplaceable. I didn't think I'd get it back from Nasana's corporate building.
I'm glad I could help.
There's your data. I hope it helps your family.
You have no idea, human. I don't know who you are or how you got it, but thank you. Here, for your trouble. Blessings be upon you. You've certainly blessed us.
Another 50 XP, 7 more Paragon. Oh yeah, and then if you come back over here, then the person who helped you find Thane is gone.
Excuse me, you know where I can find Serena?
She's not here anymore. Oh, you're the one she was helping out. She took a job off-world. Didn't say where. She gave me something for you. Looks like a message.
Thanks.
I'll listen to it later.
Oh, sure. See ya.
Shepard. I was on my way to a new life when the new burst arrived. The bitch is dead. I assume that means your friend is alive and he finished his job. Tell him if I ever see him, I'll buy him a drink.
Alrighty. And right on through here.
Bad luck on the stock market, debt piling up. Perhaps you need to explore other options.
You can sell something that dangerous with
So
just a
then
contract
also,
and a
if you
waiver?
guys want, you
These
can
are
go
the
over there to
terminus
that little
systems.
kiosk
Everything's
and buy
dangerous,
some
and
star
everything's
charts
for
to
sale.
some
Either
Uncharted
we
worlds,
tax
and they
and
have
monitor it to keep
little
some
like
control,
side
or
quest
the
stuff for you.
What about you?
It's not
Wanna
like
try and make it as a commando?
anything super extensive. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do the heavy skin weave here, like I said, because then we can also do the little upgrade for increased melee damage. And, you know,
Why not? What
you
about a
can
fish?
buy
She
the
loves the
fish
garden.
and stuff over
We can
here,
add 'em
but
on.
I just like the model ships. Is usually the only stuff that I buy.
It's just, we're looking for weapons. Shouldn't you be taking this seriously?
I don't know. That still sounds like an awful thing to legalize.
All the
And
dangers
so,
are right there on the package.
I think we'll probably hold off on the Metagel upgrade, just because we're not really using Metagel that much on the missions at this point. So, I'd rather just save the 25,000 credits or whatever and use it for like more sniper rifle damage, the biotic damage for instance, so we can be 20,000 closer to that. But now we're gonna go get to the mission we're gonna be doing for this episode, which is gonna be Jacob's loyalty mission. Which, it's actually pretty interesting, like, given how much everybody tends to dislike Jacob, he actually has a pretty decent loyalty mission. So we're gonna go back to the Normandy here, and then we'll get on over there. And going over here. Right over this way. And before we actually land on there, come on over to the tech lab.
I had a wonderful chat with your friend Tally. She's not what I expected from her psych report. I like her.
I do too.
Tally's a good friend. We've been through a lot together.
My female intuition says she wants to be more than just good friends.
Why is that?
What makes you say that?
It's in her body language. How she turns to you when you enter the room. How she watches your every move. Quarians are so fascinating to me. But they also make me a little sad.
How so?
Why do they make you sad?
Their environment suits are so beautiful, but with their immune systems, they're trapped inside. I wonder what they look like under those helmets, or what their skin feels like under those suits.
Are you into aliens?
Are you attracted to other species?
Well, part of my job is predicting the motives and feelings of humans and aliens. Intimacy brings understanding. And passion is nice wherever you find it. Character matters, not race or gender. Anything else, Commander?
I should go.
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
So then, come on over here. And there's the heavy muscle weave, so now you have extra melee damage there. You can pretty much go ahead and pick up the upgrade for Grunt whenever you want. It's pretty cheap as far as most of the other ones go. Don't really have anything else we want to do right now. So let's go ahead and get started on Jacob's mission. In case you guys don't remember the conversation we had with him, basically, yeah, his father disappeared like 10 years ago, and he was supposed to be like on a spaceship.
An anomaly.
On a spaceship.
John, this is Struts. MSV
Probe away.
And he's basically not been heard from in the last 10 years. So we're basically going to just be investigating the crash site and things like that and trying to figure out what all's going on with him. And then, obviously, as with all the other loyalty missions, you always have to bring the person whose loyalty mission you are doing with you. So, probably going to just do Miranda. Like I said, we're going to save up her points so that way we can just max out her overload. For Jacob, we'll go ahead and do the Cerberus operative there. We'll do more health, just because he uses shotguns and pistols, so his damage is going to be mega irrelevant as it is anyways. And then we'll just do 3 and 3 there and be done. Alright, we are on the Locust. We'll put Miranda on the Locust and get it started.
I detect no life signs, but there may be useful technology or information still inside.
There it is, and mostly intact. They could have survived impact, but it's been years.
So you can
like
go onto the ship here, and you'll find
tried to get a beacon up as soon as possible.
These little partial officers logs, and they'll kind of just give you a hint that, you know, what everybody was feeling very strange and very unhinged once the crash happened and once they were stuck here on the planet. And then they also will explain to you that the like indigenous food basically was toxic and would cause like your mental faculties to decay and things like that. So if you want, you can hit those. There's 3 here, and then there's the one out here. And then you can also go and talk to the VI, but it's kind of just going to say the same thing as you find out over there.
Local flora chemically
and those
incompatible
logs.
with human physio.
From the look of it, this beacon's been here a while. Why would they wait years to signal?
Pause in beacon protocol. 8 years, 237 days, 7 hours. Pause is recorded as record deleted by acting captain Ronald Taylor.
That's not right. My father was first officer.
Ronald Taylor was promoted under emergency command protocols. Other flagged issues: unsafe deceleration, local food and neural decay, beacon activation protocols.
And so, like I was saying, you can go and ask about these sorts of things, but it's not really going to give you too much context, because Jacob's dad has basically deleted and kind of scrubbed it to make it look like he's,
let's get going.
My father
you know,
had a working
innocent
beacon,
in
but
all of
didn't
these
signal for
things.
almost 9 years. Maybe that neural decay affected him.
Avoiding it for a decade seems unlikely.
And when I say all of these things, you guys will see what I'm referring to in a moment here.
You came from the sky? The leader said someone would come. He delayed for so long, but he still has power. Some have lost faith. The hunters. They will have seen your star. They will not let you help him.
Calm down.
What are you talking about? You're not making sense.
I don't remember how to say it. He's our leader and we serve so we can go home. But some want to fight him. They were cast out. He exiled them, so they hunt his machines and those who help him. They don't believe that rescue will...
Hunters, they won't stop until the leader is dead.
Kill them! Agents of the liar! He will not escape!
Enemy!
And so, I'm just gonna put our disruptor ammo back on and then get right on into things. Per usual, Jacob's whole pull ability, pretty useless unless you actually go and take down the shields first, which is why you have to bring Miranda along. Jacob always in the way. But hey, now he can't be in the way because he's taken himself.
One left.
Good. Overload there. Make sure we're not getting flanked this way. Because sometimes if you don't get those shotgun guys down fast enough, they will come over here and flank you.
Taking fire.
Go ahead and let that be over there. Gotta... Don't quite have the angle on that guy. Yeah. Let's just do the overload on him, and then...
Look out!
There we go, got that guy.
Nice shot!
And all done.
That wasn't neural decay. They were feral.
My father wouldn't let this go on. Something is very
Right
wrong.
here you've got some parts you can salvage. That's most of where your credits are going to come from for this one, is just salvage and hacking like PDAs and stuff like that. And there should also be like a heavy pistol damage upgrade.
Strip for parts. Tech's wearing out. Those hunters must be laying on the pressure. Is that a settlement? They'd better be friendlier than the beach group. I need answers.
Nothing over this way.
They're clearly docile, but in the same uniform remnants as those who attacked us.
Except they're all female.
There aren't any men here. Maybe it affects genders differently. Makes males get violent?
Possibly. But the woman on the beach said the exiled ones came back as hunters.
It doesn't matter right now. One of these people must know what my father has to do with this.
You have his face. He promised to call the sky, but he sends nothing.
He forced us to eat, to decay. You are cursed with his face.
That's not a good sign.
Not the best reaction to the family resemblance, Jacob.
Why would my father force his crew to eat toxic food? Look at these spoiled food stores. They've been eating only that toxic local food for who knows how long. Like that wasn't obvious enough.
And then you can look at the statue.
What the hell? Somebody had to push them to make that. That's borderline worship.
Then get the PDA right here. Then we got more of that.
Weapons are forbidden. Hostile force fire. Your captain demands obedience. Weapons are forbidden.
Then as you can see there, if you've got the mechs,
Well, that would make them hate him. Maybe it was just for defense.
whenever you have that initial shot on the mechs, if you just get a headshot, then it usually takes out all their armor.
Please, here. You could... You have his face. But you fight his machines. You might stop this. This, I forget how to read. But this was the start. What he promised, and what they did to us. We need the sky. Take us back to the sky.
What is it?
Jacob, what does it say?
It's a crew logbook. Some of them thought the beacon repair was taking too long. They were afraid they'd run out of supplies and lose their minds to the decay. My father restricted the ship food for himself and the other officers so they wouldn't be affected. Everybody else had to eat the toxic food and hope for treatment later. The rest is a casualty list. A few mutinied over the decision. My father and his officers turned the mechs on them.
Sounds like he cracked.
He wasn't command material and it got to him. Couldn't keep the crew in line without violence.
It didn't stop there. More incidents, harsh punishments. It's like they're cattle or toys. In a year, all the male crew members are flagged as exiled or dead. They separated out the women, assigned them to officers like pets. And after the beacon is fixed, the officers appear in the casualties too. After. My father took control and didn't stop it.
Does this make sense to you?
Do you see an explanation for this? He's your father.
Is he? None of this fits. Maybe the initial decision, but the rest? Abuse of power doesn't get any clearer than this. I need to find this man.
And so then you can go right here. And back everybody up. Let their shields and stuff regenerate there. And then they're gonna come in right over here.
It's really him.
And then they'll come
Just
from the
got free.
right.
He's covering his ass.
Incoming!
And there will be more right here.
He had plenty of choices. Too late to blame his victims.
Taking heavy fire!
Impact event. Rerouting power. Engaged.
It's like, so what I mean, even when he's close, he really can't deal that much damage. Because he's got the shotgun and the pistol. So.
This will put them down.
Go ahead and pull that one. Wait for our shields to come on back up. There'll be more over there, as well as from the left side. Just gonna grab some ammo before we poke our heads over that way. That's the heavy pistol I was talking about.
All right.
Then more over here.
Excuse me. Impact event.
And just, you know, sit here and continue to pick them off one at a time there as they're coming around the corner. We'll go ahead and shoot an incinerate over there.
No shield.
Scan the pistol there.
He had his fun, and now he wants out. Son of a bitch.
And then you got more parts to salvage there. Be sure to top off your ammo here, because there is a pretty big firefight coming up, not around this corner, but once you get closer to the end here.
Here we go.
Got him.
And then I believe there should be a few more coming. Go ahead and have a med station there. More parts. Power cells.
Throwing people away. This thing is not my father. Enemy drone!
Impressive!
Watch out! Watch for the drone!
Shields have failed.
So just like with every other time we fought one of these, you just want to, you know, focus down the shields. You can kind of decide what you want to use for each of them. Personally, you know, recommend for shields that you just do your submachine gun like that. Oops. I was like, oh wait, I should have just done the energy drain, but it's all good. Basically, gotta redo that a little bit. Nothing too serious there.
Hostile!
Take us, but we fight.
Combat zone, watch out!
Go ahead and
Right away! Now let's finish you off!
then go ahead and switch it on back there. And then you can always back up like that. And bam. Now you just got like one or two of the little hunter guys left, basically.
Good shot. So we can go. So we can go home.
And
Get over
pull. Just so that we can get that last
Enough with
little
the
shot
toys.
off there.
I need to look my father in the eye and hear him justify this.
Let's see. Pretty sure the only other stuff is right over in the enclosure, but I could be wrong. Yeah, we got some Ezo over here. Wait. And then, you know, obviously you could have saved the metagel if you wanted until after that fight in case you had to revive someone, like if we wanted to revive Miranda since she went down there. But there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Jacob's dad. As you can see, he has quite the nice little view here of everything. Actually got, you know, food and office, all that stuff. A little bit better than his fellow, you know, stranded guys over there that he just locked out everywhere. But let's see what's going on with all of this.
I knew a real squad would blow through just fine. Sorry if the mech scuffed your pants. I'll get you something nice when we get back to Alliance space. I've gotta have some back pay coming.
What about your crew, acting captain?
Total loss. The toxic food turned them wild. They propped me up here in some kind of ritual behavior. Waiting for a chance to signal has been hell.
That's the best you can do?
You let all your people talk back like that? Who are you exactly?
I'm Shepard. You know Jacob.
Commander Shepard of the Normandy. I believe you're acquainted with Mr. Taylor.
Taylor? Jacob? No. Not Jacob.
Why not me? Would 10 years of this look better to anyone else in the galaxy?
You have to understand, this isn't me. The realities of command, they change you. I wasn't ready for that. I made sure you were taught right. Before I left, I hoped to leave it at that.
A decade, Taylor. Why?
I'm not unreasonable, Captain, but 10 years? What happened?
God damn it! Why did you do this to your crew?
There was resistance to the plan. Mutiny. We had to take a hard line to keep order. And things settled down. As the decay set in, we made sure the crew were comfortable. Some even seemed happier. Ignorance is bliss, right? And they were grateful for guidance, like an instinct. Pure authority was easy, at first. Months in, the effect lowered inhibitions. They got territorial. Rank, protocol, they couldn't understand. We had to establish dominance. After a while, the perks seemed normal.
That's it? You created a harem and played king? 10 years in a juvenile fantasy?
I can't point to where it all went wrong. But when the beacon was ready, revealing what happened didn't seem like a good idea.
And so then you can, you know, continue to investigate and things like that, but he's just going to continue with his denials and everything and be like, oh, well, I just, you know, wasn't ready, and kind of, you know, try to justify and defend himself, basically. But we can undo the damage.
We can help these people. Cerberus can have ships here in days and pull everyone out.
He's not worth the fuel to haul him out or the air he's breathing. He's damn lucky I don't think he's even worth pulling the trigger. I don't know who you are, because you're not any father I remember.
He can't escape the law now.
We'll secure him for an alliance court. For every year here, he'll have 10 to think about it.
Give him all the time in the galaxy. The man who did this doesn't know right from wrong.
I'm sorry, Jacob. I did the best I could.
I'm 10 years past believing that.
Now, if you want, you can actually go, and the renegade option is to just go and leave him with one bullet and a gun and walk away, and he will actually go and take his own life rather than go and be, you know, attacked by the people who he's just used as his slaves basically the entire time. As you can see, he now has the barrier ability and a new outfit because we have earned his loyalty, and then that's just, you know, everything else that we got on the mission. But I sense a conversation with the elusive man coming here.
Alliance ships are inbound to secure Captain Taylor and his crew, Commander. We'll be long gone by the time they get here.
Good job, Joker.
Don't even give him the taillights.
Roger that.
What do you mean it wasn't you?
Jacob, if I had leaked the information about the Gernsback, I would be smiling at your resolution of the situation. I am not smiling.
But you knew about this.
Nothing goes through this ship, my ship, without a report to you.
I had no more reason to believe Jacob's father was alive than he did, but I'm happy to know the situation is behind you.
Fine, you didn't forward it, so who did?
I did.
The obvious insider.
Figures. Who else could get into Cerberus channels?
It was hardly classified, just obscure. There was a time when it mattered to you. Sending this along seemed like keeping an old promise. I keep my promises.
Miranda, we'll discuss your liberal interpretation of security protocol in private. Shepard, Jacob.
You alright, Jacob?
You good with this, Jacob?
It's all bull, Shepard. Captain Taylor can rot in prison. Doesn't change who I am or what I know. I've already mourned the man he used to be. I guess he was a good enough father that even he can't screw up what he taught me.
Surprised about Miranda?
You had no idea Miranda was behind this?
No, she's got a good memory. Selective, but good. I haven't thought about those days in a long time. Can't figure which promise she meant, though. Not sure I really want to know. She requires a better man than I.
Let's
Come on.
go.
We've got work to do.
Aye, Commander. Shepard. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
Anytime, Jacob.
And that is the end of the mission, you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.